All right, let's get into your after-hours market recap for Monday, March 30th. Well, we saw some early gains that just completely fizzled out, leaving us with a mostly lower close. So here's where we landed. The Dow just barely stayed green. Tech and small caps not so lucky. But the real story wasn't at the index level. It was the deep divide we saw underneath. It was seriously a tale of two techs. The semiconductor space got hammered while software actually held up. I mean, look at Micron and Coherent. They were some of the S&P's absolute worst performers today. On the flip side, ServiceNow was the top dog in the S&P, and Palo Alto Networks rallied hard too. So, what was pushing and pulling on the market? Let's break down the three key drivers. First, geopolitical jitters, mixed signals on Iran, and news from Israel really kept a lid on things. Next, you gotta look at oil. Crude futures surged, settling above 102 a barrel. Big move. And finally, Fed Chair Powell's comments. He calmed rate hike fears, saying the Fed can't fix supply shocks. And you can see the impact right here. The odds of a rate hike just plummeted after he spoke. Okay, let's get to the single stock stories. A few headlines caused some really big moves today. Wow, check out Cisco. It was the S&P's biggest loser today, down a brutal 15%. So why the big drop? Well, the market did not like its massive new deal to buy Jetro. And the action didn't stop at the bell. We had some key earnings reports to watch. First up, Phreesia. The stock absolutely collapsed after hours on its report. Just look at that number. The big problem? Not the earnings miss, but really weak revenue guidance for the full year. But on the other hand, we had Progress Software. It actually ticked up after its report. Progress beat on earnings per share and gave investors a strong forecast for its next quarter. So, what's the big takeaway heading into tomorrow's session? Let's wrap this up. Okay, tomorrow is huge. It's the final day of Q1, and the technical picture looks pretty weak. You're seeing caution in the bond market too. Investors are definitely moving into safe havens like Treasuries. You can see that right in the 10-year yield, which dropped 10 basis points, down to 4.34%. So with oil over $100 and key levels broken, the big question is, are we in for a volatile finish?